Okay, we have 3n plus 1 equals 4 plus 2n minus 1. There's only one letter in here. So that means this equation must be solvable. It doesn't matter that we've got n's on this side and n's on this side. We're going to rearrange it all so we get all the n's on one side and all the n's on the other. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of the brackets. We start with doing nothing at all on the left-hand side. Leave it as 3n plus 1. We do nothing with the 4, that's not in the brackets, but we do need to get rid of the brackets here. 2 has to be multiplied by everything inside the brackets. The first thing we do is multiply 2 by n to get 2n. Then we multiply by the 2 by minus 1 to get minus 2. Now we can start to move things together. Here we have 4 minus 2. That's going to be the same as 2n plus 2. 4 minus 2. So we're only getting rid of the 4 and minus 2 and turning it into one term. 3n plus 1 equals 2n plus 2. Now I would like to get all my n's on the left-hand side. So the way to do that would be to subtract 2n from both sides. And the important thing here is that you show what you're doing. So here I would get 3n plus 1 minus 2n equals 2n plus 2 minus 2n. Here's a minus 2n, here's a minus 2n. I'm allowed to do whatever I want as long as I do the same thing to both. This is now nice and easy because 2n minus 2n gives me 0 here, so my answer is just plus 2. 3n minus 2n gives me n, so I now know that n plus 1 equals 2. Let's get rid of the 1 by doing minus 2 from both sides. Minus 1 from both sides. Why am I doing that? Because I don't want n plus 1. I don't want to know what n plus 1 is. I want n by itself. If I take away 1 from this side of the equal sign, I'll get just n by itself. n plus 0 is just n. Equals 2 minus 1. I've taken away minus 1 here. I have to take away minus 1 here. So I get that n equals 1. So much simpler manipulation here if it's one equation with one unknown. And that's what this is. You've only got n's and you've got numbers. So just moving everything around. The quick way of doing this, once you've used these skills and got used to them a lot, is 3n plus 1 equals 4 plus 2n minus 2. Expand that out straight away. Say, okay, I'm going to move the n's to the other side of the equation. Plus 2 on this side will become minus 2 on the other. 3n minus 2n equals, I'm going to move the 1 over to the other side. Plus 1 on this side becomes minus 1 on the other. Equals 4 minus 2 minus 1. So this is the quick way of doing it. Once you're used to move this to the other side of the equal sign, change the sign. So I get n here equals 4 minus 3, 1. That's the quick way. So a plus on this side of the equal sign turns into a minus on this side turns into a plus. But if it was multiplied by n, if we had instead this, (8n minus 2 equals 4n plus 3. What would we do then? Well, we'd use this technique just the same as we had here. Move the 4n to the other side, which would make it minus. We'd get 8n minus 4n equals 3 plus 2. When the minus 2 goes to the other side, we would turn it into a plus 2. 8n minus 4n is 4n. So we know that 4 lots of n equals 5. How do we get what n is? Move it to the other side. It was multiplied by n up here. So when we move it to the other equal side, it would become the opposite of multiply, which is divide. So n must equal 5 over 4, which is 1.25. So you're always doing the opposite. If it's multiplied here and you move it to the other side, it becomes divide. Why? Because think of it. We don't want to know what 4 lots of n is. We want to know what 1 lot of n is. If we divide both sides of the equation by 4, we get 1 lot of n. So it's almost the same as move the n to the other side, it becomes divide. We're just skipping this step here because we're so used to maneuvering things in algebra now that we can skip that step. It comes with practice.